Welcome back to Midnight Mayhem. I'm your host, Bobby, and I love horror.
I'm Leo and I love movies.
And I'm Raymond, the other guy.
And I am finally not sick. So, oh my goodness, I can yell. I can talk louder. You guys don't have to have a muffled mask like you did a few episodes back.
We haven't been recording in like a month.
It's been about 2 years.
I went strep throat instantly into flu. I was like, why?
Instantly into the ICU.
So today we're talking about a little movie on Hulu that came out in 2023, this year.
This year, yeah.
Called No One Will Save You, the most depressing title you could think of. I won't. Before we jump into opinions, I guess I'll give you just a brief overview of this movie. It is about a young woman who isolates. Actually, she's kind of already alienated from her community. She's like an outcast. We don't know why in the beginning of the film, and she has to basically fend off an alien invasion. That is the quickest way I can explain the plot of this movie. I do always suggest you watch it yourself so you can make your own opinion because we tend to spoil everything in these episodes. We'll give you a heads up when that time rolls around, but we'll go into our ratings so you can see if you even want to check it out. So I'll let Raymond go first. Raymond, did you like? What do you think of the movie overall?
I didn't like it.
All right.
Oh.
Why? Why didn't you like it?
It was just, I don't know. There wasn't really anything that popped out to me in the movie, and I was watching it, and I was like, oh, is it gonna end right here? Like it'd be cool if it ended here, and then it just didn't end, and it just kept going, and there was maybe like 5 or 6 parts where I was like, oh, if it ends right here, that's good, and it just kept going.
All right.
It's an hour and 30 minutes that could have been finished 30 minutes early.
I appreciated the short length. I was like, nice.
Yeah, even the short length, it felt long.
Yeah, I can see see where it would have been. But all right, Leo, you're.
So I loved it. I liked it a lot. It kind of
wow.
like came out, and that's pretty much it. It was cool. I mean, like for an alien movie, like it's pretty cool. It's psychological at some points, and it's like the effects on the movie are pretty good. And it's like, it's same thing. Like it almost works like a monster movie. So it like
a creature feature.
A creature feature. Yeah. I'm glad that they decided to like go full on with the alien effects and just show them front and forward, and not just kind of like see them in the shadows, kind of like like signs, like.
I would have liked that better.
So we have 2 opposing opinions. One not liking it so much. One that did like it a lot, and I actually am kind of down the middle. I enjoyed the film overall, but it's not the greatest movie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it was amazing. I definitely would. It'd be worth checking out just because it's a bit of an experience in itself. But there was a lot of stuff where I was just questioning, kind of like, what's the purpose of that? I didn't mention that this film is mostly silent. So, and I for the life of me couldn't understand why. And they tried to justify it towards the end, and I didn't think it was good enough justification. I felt like it was a little try-hardish, kind of like a Quiet Place.
Yeah, because it's like the only dialogue in the movie comes like at 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
There's like very little dialogue that you can like hear throughout the film.
Yeah.
But it's like, unless you're have super hearing or you have subtitles.
Oh my god, dude! I just read this right now. Since we're talking about that right now, it says there's a total of 3 lines of dialogue in the whole film.
Oh yeah, see.
Everything else is just like background noise or like screaming, but there's total 3 lines in the movie.
Yeah, I was literally thinking, like, oh, like here's your script, and just look at your hand. It's like, this is mine. Like, no, this is the movie.
So yeah, if you're interested in the movie, go check it out. I didn't mention that she has to face her past at the end of this movie, so that's kind of like the only like minor thing I didn't mention early on. But that's it.
I liked kind of what they were going for. I think
at the
it was
end.
Unique. No, just in general. I think the movie was unique, where they were like, let's try and make it like a silent film. I don't think it was necessary.
No, it felt super unnecessary. Yeah. For the story as it was going, it felt completely unnecessary to me. I said that while watching it.
She's alone at home, so it's like for me, it kind of made sense because it's like if you're alone at home, you're not gonna be like,
what if the whole time
what would I do?
She had strep throat,
and
that's why she couldn't talk.
Yeah, I managed. So going from that, if you want to check it out, go ahead. We're gonna start spoiling going forward. But one last thing I want to mention is like we just recently watched Cobweb. Right after that was Boogeyman, and now we're here at No One Will Save You. And honestly, watching them all kind of consistently back to back like we have these last couple weeks, makes me appreciate horror. Like, man, that's the reason why I watch horror movies, because I don't care if it's a
It's
bad.
so broad. Like,
It's
there's
just so much
there's
fun,
so much you can
man.
do with horror.
All those 3 movies were released this year as well.
Yeah,
All on Hulu.
yeah.
All on Hulu, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were
released on
all
Hulu.
like super fun in their own ways. Like, even though I didn't rate Boogeyman the highest, I still will rewatch Boogeyman and still enjoy it for what it is. This movie's the same deal. I will rewatch it at some point, probably just to show someone. But again, I don't think it's the best movie in the world. But at no point would I be like, it was just like a shit movie. Like, you know what I mean? I just love horror in that aspect of it. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I was just like, woo, man! I saw the aliens doing their things, and I was like, this is fun. I don't care.
I struggled to stay awake for a good majority of the movie.
Ah, okay, all right.
I mean, one, I'm tired already. But 2,
That's all of us.
Yeah, but 2 was like,
We're all slowly dying.
yeah, but nothing. I don't know. I feel like nothing really happened.
All right.
It
Well,
didn't seem like the aliens were
a threat?
bad.
Bad or a threat? Just,
I would say-
what do you mean?
bad.
What if
I
it's
would
like
say that they didn't seem like they were bad. They didn't seem like they were
they're terrible.
the antagonists of the story.
It's-
Spoilers going forward.
It seems like at the whole time they were just curious, and then obviously like they were curious. They're like, yeah, we're gonna kidnap her, but it's like she started fighting back, and obviously they're gonna start fighting back. I'm not saying that they were the good guys here, but at the end of the day, it's like they
They were conquering the planet, so I was like, yeah, they're bad guys.
It's about time. Like, somebody's
they're
gotta
not
take
gonna fix
over.
it. They're just they I don't know. They seem like they're not parasitic, but they're basically like a bunch of evil cadabras from Pokemon. Abras.
I had a really weird
Alakazam.
thought.
That's what they are. They're just super frail telekinesis.
I didn't like the design at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it
You
either.
liked
No, I did
It
not like
was
it.
it was whatever. Yeah, it was kind of lazy because
You
it's
ever
like
get
it's
those-
the regular like gray human alien.
The gumball machines where you put a quarter in. and
Oh,
you,
yeah,
like,
they got
turn it
the-
to get a
Yeah.
alien. It was one of those.
Yeah, it's like
Somebody
it's
bought one,
it's
they're
the
like, I can make a
typical
movie
it's the
about this.
typical 1950s design.
Yeah.
It's just like the
But then they also added like variations to them.
sure like the little one.
Were they all the same creature and they could like shapeshift?
No, I feel like it's like different races of the creatures. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I don't know, it was
because there
weird.
was like small versions of the aliens, and there was like a medium
So there was
size.
like the standard one that you see at the beginning.
Yeah, there seemed like there was a brute one though, a telekinesis one, and
They all
like
had telekinesis,
Yeah, they all had telekinesis.
except I think maybe the baby.
no, but the giant. Why would the giant chase her if it wasn't? It was telepathic. It could have just been like,
I
get,
don't
your,
know.
get over here.
Yes, I don't know.
They all
Any of
seem
them
like
could've
they're
did
all, huh?
I feel like any of them could have did that.
They did do that a few times, but
Yes, I don't know.
I'm just saying they definitely
It's
didn't
like
seem
there was
to,
a standard one at the beginning.
which was like I said, like a frail-bodied, big head, moving things around with its mind.
Yeah.
And
And
then
there was the little kid one with the claws.
yeah, which looked like a, what would you describe it as?
A little kid with claws.
I guess it had long arms, like elongated arms. It looked like kind of like a gremlin, kind of hopped around on these 2 arms.
Yeah.
And then there was a giant one that was huge, and those 2 specifically only seemed to have like physical differences.
It was about like 8-9 feet tall. It
That
wasn't
was-
that big.
It was pretty big. It literally jumped on the roof, got
Yeah,
caught
it
in the
looked
car.
like the roof.
Yeah,
I
it literally
guess,
went.
yeah.
Its arm went through the car. And it was like, yeah, it was pretty big. It's like
Was this movie inspired at all from A Quiet Place?
I mean, it probably took some inspiration, but I couldn't say
Because
that.
there was two things that was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of A Quiet Place, which was the design of the alien, so the big one.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the town that she enters in at the beginning of the film, it looked almost exactly like the town at the beginning of A Quiet
I think
Place.
it was just
Could
supposed to be like
the
a
same
small
set. I
town.
mean, it
Oh,
could be the
that's
same set. No, not really, because it was filmed in Louisiana.
Cool.
I'm not sure. I think A Quiet Place was filmed in like Canada.
That's the same place.
So, do you guys want to explain what happened, or do you guys want to just jump straight into?
Just jump straight to things. Raymond, what did you like about the movie?
So hopefully you watched it. What'd you like about the movie? Or favorite scene of the movie?
Favorite scene?
Well, he didn't like
I
it,
guess
so you
the,
say it.
I guess the opening, right? Like not like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
You mean the first
Like
alien?
the first time you see the alien attack.
Okay.
I would say that one, because everything else just seemed like over the top. It's basically the movie just transitioned into like Home Alone, but with aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
I like the second alien. It's like the one where like the curious one, where it's like she's like looking around and it's like the camera kind of like focuses on what's behind her. He's just like chilling there, like looking at her.
Oh yeah, he does that.
Yeah. And then he just kind of like force pushes her.
I thought he just jumped at her,
He jumps at her, but
and then I thought the spaceship did like a beam of light or something.
it did. But like at the same time, I think like he had some telekinesis powers too, right?
I don't remember that.
Maybe nothing was really explained in this movie.
Favorite scene? I was gonna say him doing that stupid expression.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
That's cool. The
But
spaceship scene was cool too, where it's like they're like the spaceship trying to like.
it seemed like a classic trope, though. It was like,
Of
In the
course,
spaceship?
yeah.
Or
No,
what
not
are
in
you
the
talking about?
spaceship.
Not of
No,
course, you
like,
can get
like
creative
the light,
with it.
The light from the spaceship when it was like kind of like locking it in.
You know what this reminded me of a lot. I don't know if you've ever seen those movies, or not movies, but they're like little documentaries where there's like, oh, I had an alien encounter, and you would see it on like, I don't like maybe like Discovery Channel or something, but they
Yeah.
would do like drama reenactments or whatever,
Mhm.
and they'd be like, yeah, like I was in my bedroom and I saw a light, and then it would show like the light just go like. Zzz.
No, yeah, I mean
yeah,
this
I,
I was,
I,
I was like, it felt exactly like I was watching.
this
one of those.
movie was heavily inspired by the classic like like I witnessed an alien. It's like the classic design alien, the classic like round shaped UFO kind of
yeah,
thing.
it seemed like that's what they were going for.
light
That's what they
and-
did. They went for it, and that's what they did.
Yeah, so it's like it's
But see, that's-
as I guess stereotypical.
No, but see, that's my thing is that like that's why it even seems more pointless that they decided to go like a quiet route, a quiet film for this movie. Like a lot of the problems could have been solved by the character just talking, but then they're like, okay, the character's traumatized or doesn't want to speak.
That I was all right. When we go on to our what we hated about the movie,
Yeah,
if you guys have the time,
yeah, no.
like, it's a small nitpick that I have about it.
The whole thing was.
Anywhere between the 0 minute hour to an hour and a half in, I didn't like any of that. But are you done with what you liked?
I was just gonna. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I liked some of the chase scenes, but like you said, you guys already took them. Like it was that funny scene and that kind of like
the
opening
chase
sequence.
scenes were alright. I just like the chase scene with like the little tiny alien and the second alien that comes on.
I liked the first. I liked all the alien chase scenes, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They were
First
okay.
alien scene was kind of like
And I-
whatever, and then the monster scene was kind of like he was. Yeah.
I know how to unify us at the end here.
One thing I
Once you're
don't
done.
like about like the trope of like aliens like that is it's like, oh, they're
Better than us.
they're like intergalactic travelers. They were
Yeah.
able to travel to space or whatever, and then they get like
Bodied by scissors.
bodied by scissors or
by like a
refrigerator and stuck in a
13-year-old
car.
girl. Well, she's not 13. She's like 20 or something.
Yeah, she's older.
Yeah, she's
You're
like
talking about the main character?
Yeah,
Yeah, so she is about 22
22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
or 21.
I think like 22.
I'm going based off gravestone.
No,
So,
I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing the gravestone. I was like, okay,
It's
if
like
you do the
20 it was
math, it's
20
like
to
early
2012
20s.
for her friend.
Yeah.
And they were the same age.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you had a traumatic experience at all in your life that you didn't want to talk about, I think that's completely undermined by an alien attacking you at night.
Right.
Do you agree?
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's like she had no one to talk to during her first chase scene. It was when she got on the bus later in the movie.
not
okay,
even
yeah,
that.
there
Like,
you go.
when she- when she
There it
goes to
is.
the police station.
There.
No, the police station was like she got instantly shut down because she ran into the
Parents of
parents of the
girl.
person, like her best friend who passed away. She ran into the parents and they spit in her face and assault her. Basically, it wasn't like assault, but it was a spit in her face.
Yeah, it was
Technically
wild.
assault.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That's a biological warfare.
Yeah.
We didn't know what that old lady had.
Chemical warfare.
I guess we could just spoil it. If you guys, hopefully you checked it out. We're just gonna spoil the end here. She's basically traumatized because she got mad and she hit her friend with a rock, right, or a stick.
With the rock.
With a
yeah.
rock.
It was self-defense. She pushed her.
She pushed her. She grabbed a rock and was like, ah, smack, and then
Accidentally gave her a concussion.
and she fell and
Which was
died.
mirrored in the movie earlier on when she got bodied by that door.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like same. That's kind of like the same way she killed the first
But
alien too.
she killed her
meant to
by
hit him-
accident.
Yeah, killed him by accident. Yeah.
She killed her friend, and that isolated her from her small town, which I don't know why she stayed in a small town.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if she was able to take the bus to leave after the first alien attack, like, just leave. Why did
So-
she move out 10 years ago?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah,
5 years ago.
I was upset about that as
Yeah.
well. So like, it was. I get what you're saying. It's like she went to the police station and she gets assaulted or spit on by the mother of her friend that she murdered technically. And then she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip town. I'm gonna bail. And she's looking around like people are gonna stop her. I was like, why is she doing that?
Paranoid.
Of what? The aliens? She doesn't know that they can
No,
take
she's
skin or
paranoid
anything.
of them, not the aliens. And that's what
Why-
bugged me about the
why?
movie too, because it's like she just had an alien encounter in her house and she killed one, and then she's mostly worried about like what
other people think about
of
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of the character development. It's because the whole by the end of the movie, she has to face what she's done, and then the aliens. Well, again, spoilers ahead. So the aliens accept her, and they're just like, "Hey, you're cool.
You're all right.
You're all right. You dealt with trauma. You murdered your friends, so you can hang out with us. And we don't
Aliens-
like talking
yeah,
either. So now
the
we're all
aliens invade
quiet.
the Earth. They start controlling.
They
people's
basically take over the
bodies.
planet,
Yeah.
and then they allow her to stay because she has trauma because she murdered her friend.
They experiment on her mind for some reason. They're like, "Hey, we can give you this utopian world if you let us control everybody's minds." And she kind of just
Not like
went
she
with
could
it.
have stopped them.
Not like she
Yeah,
could stop
they
it,
already
but-
captured her. It
Yeah, I
was
know.
like, GG's.
You know what I thought would have been interesting? Because you know how like the people were being controlled, they had like that little like SpaghettiOs monster in their throat.
Yeah, the little.
I
Yeah,
was thinking like, oh, like what if those were the alien invaders,
I thought so.
and then the other guys were like a species that they had already taken over.
But they purposely left everything like ambiguous so that way you could like fill in the blanks yourself. But then it also
Yeah,
leaves
we
you.
can
fill in the
holes into
lore
it.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, but I'm saying that's why we could poke holes into it.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm going to unify us with one sentence here. At least I hope so.
I started fighting. Anyway.
How'd you feel about that CG in the movie?
It was all right. For the most part, it was good. I mean, for the most part,
It was all right. It was like
It was coming. It was for the most part, it was all right. When they had close-ups of the alien's face, I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. It's very detailed, stuff like that.
I thought the whole clicking, random spastic motions was so just.
Sure,
Wow,
that
whatever, dude.
big ass alien.
They all did
that
that,
was a little
though.
too much too, you know.
I don't know.
So the CGI looked great whenever I had my eyes closed.
Yeah, that's what I expected as an
Yeah,
answer.
it was like there's nothing.
There's nothing
it was
wrong
like-
with
I
CG,
was
but it's
trying
like
to, I was trying to like justify. I was like, oh, like maybe
it's a low budget, like
Yeah,
or
like
like it's
something.
something. I try to justify it too.
it just they just it was like very obvious like nothing was there.
And
So-
and then the whole like
Well, okay, so
I think some of the
the-
details were cool in the CGI, but
The-
I don't think the CGI itself.
the
was very good.
effects for the spaceship light magnet type whatever thing,
uh-huh.
that one was cool because you can tell that it was both practical and CGI.
Yeah, and then one of the coolest scenes with the alien is when it's dead on the floor because it looks like a practical. It's a
And it looked
practical
awesome.
alien.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
But I was just like, man, while I was watching this, I was like, all right, I had to just suspend my disbelief that this is here. I don't usually care too much about CG. Like, I'm usually accepting of it. Like, okay, it's a thing. But the fact that they had the aliens in your face, I was like, yeah.
like if you're gonna put
It
front
took
and
it out of
center,
me.
like, put some more budget.
I
into
know,
that.
but it wasn't that bad. Like for them to actually put them full front
I
and
disagree.
center,
I
it
disagree as
wasn't.
well.
It wasn't. I mean, there's some scenes where you're like, okay, like
Some
you
of
can
them
tell
looked
the budget,
okay,
you know?
like some scenes,
I've
but
seen better alien effects in Men in Black.
The first alien,
Yeah.
the first alien where
Oh,
like
they're
she
great.
stabs him in the face
yeah.
and zooms in on his face, like he was all right. You know, the little alien, that's when it starts getting kind of like,
The other thing I don't like is the fact that they're just assuming that it's a problem with most like alien media, is like, oh, they have the same like body types. Like if she stabbed him in
Well-
his head, it's like, what makes you think that would kill him? Like what if that was like
What if his
equivalent to
brain is
foot?
in his toe?
Yeah,
I thought the
exactly.
same thing, but
oh,
I just
it's come on.
come on. What?
Like
For all
it's
we know,
like-
like
Defend it. You love this movie.
Yeah, it's I know it's a movie that's based on classic like alien, gray people
no, yeah.
designs. So it's like, of course they're gonna look like, skinny bodies, big head, oval like UFOs.
Do you think the movie did anything
New?
unique?
outside
Or
of
you?
trying to make it a quiet film for.
No, not really. I feel like, to be honest, I feel like the whole alien premise was kind of like a backstory for like what was really going on. I feel like what was really going on is just like the town turning on her, which at the end they kind of like take her in, but obviously the aliens help out there. It kind of
Everyone's possessed. At
I know,
Yeah.
but it kind of reminds me of what was that movie called? Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's what reminded me of too.
Yeah.
With the mailman and stuff.
Yeah.
If you
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that, check that out. That's fantastic.
Another thing I didn't like is when she's getting taken to the ship by the mailman, and she scratches his arm. Why would that hurt him?
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
a
his
skin
body.
suit.
I
Yeah.
know, but I feel like if they're connected with the body, like,
But so that's the thing is that okay. So then, if it was that little alien that was controlling them, right? That would make sense because maybe it like has some kind of like pain receptors by taking over the
that's what I'm
mind.
assuming,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, if that's the case, like that one that died shouldn't have actually died when it got stabbed in the brain. Like the host,
didn't
it
seem-
could have came
yeah.
out of the host.
Because the alien itself died, but the little
Is that the one that tried to?
No,
The little
the
dragon
little thing,
fruit
the
left
little
it- yeah,
thing.
left its
Okay.
mouth.
See, that's cool to think about because it's like it makes you think. It's like, okay, who are the real invaders here? Like, could it be kind of like like
The
I
little-
do exactly what I said.
Yeah,
no,
the little
no, I know, I
squishy
know, I
thing.
know. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you remember that episode of Invincible when they go to Mars?
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's like
Just
they have that
imagine the
little
thing.
those little like crab-looking aliens that they take over the whole planet because like they invade the bodies of the
Talking about Starro?
no, not Star. What kind of like Starro? Yeah. Sort of
Okay,
like
I know Starro. I haven't seen Invincible since it came out.
Oh, okay. Never
Gotta
mind.
watch season 2.
Like 3 years ago.
Let's not bring it to a tangent.
Yeah.
Stay focused. CG. So you thought it was all right. I thought it was
all
I
right.
thought it was all right. I need-
See, all right,
I feel
okay.
we're going in order. It's like defend. It's whatever. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Story wise, did you feel like her story, her transition was like a decent payoff?
Not really.
So you thought it built up to nothing?
Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day,
I thought
you know,
defended
like,
himself in the movie.
well, no, because it's like at the end of the day, like the whole
This is
the whole
awkward, 'cause
movie
I
is just
actually
like
I actually liked the little like reveal and how everything went down.
at the end.
What?
I mean, it was whatever.
I thought you would have like
Well,
it was
'cause I was thinking, I was like, oh, like, because it's been like 10 years. Like, what could she have done, like 10 years ago? Because the thing, the whole time she's writing to her friend, and I'm thinking like, oh, like, well, she just hasn't seen her friend in a while. But no, she like murked her.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like now it makes sense why they would be like pissed off at her.
And I
like,
know-
10 years later.
I know I sound harsh about like, oh, she murdered her friend, but like that's the context of
Who
this.
hasn't, right? Like, get over yourself.
But I can understand it was an accident and she was a child at the time. But you know, there is consequences, and that's the thing that I don't understand why she just didn't leave the town. Her mom didn't just book like she had a big, beautiful house. Just
Yeah.
sell that and move, and then have her kind of deal with her trauma somewhere else. But it felt like they were trying, like you said, it seemed like an homage to that traditional alien, big-headed aliens abducting people from small towns and people not
Sure.
believing them. But I felt like the story beats could have hit harder if they had just been played out slightly better. If the movie wasn't
Yeah.
silent, I guess, it's for the most part, because it felt so pointless to me at least.
Yeah.
But again, I liked all the alien chase scenes. Just didn't understand why things played out. But with all
Yeah.
that said, I absolutely adore the fact that they went like a creature feature route with this.
Yeah, me too.
Because alien movies just are like, it's ambiguous. We don't
Right.
know what's happening.
You don't. You,
It
you,
could be the
yeah,
government
exactly.
it
for
could
all
be,
you
yeah, the
know.
government's coming in to
Even
shut us
in that
down.
new movie, like the last alien movie that I saw was Nope. And even in that movie, it's like, oh, are they real? Are they fake? Like you see a shadow in the back, and it's like,
But that one did subvert expectations. That one did something original
no,
with its
it
idea.
Sucked. Come on.
No,
man.
it did not.
That-
It did not suck. I know people didn't like it
Oh
all that
my
much.
God.
It didn't suck though.
I
we
haven't
could we
seen it,
could we
so-
could do that next time.
Yeah, it was just being
Well,
slightly.
I mean, I have another alien movie in mind that we can do next.
And
but,
Christmas around the corner, so maybe we'll do something with that. But
You know,
no,
Christmas movie.
The Grinch.
So Christmas,
Nah,
there aliens.
better watch out. Sounds.
Oh, I guess.
Anyway, you say that you're gonna love it.
all right.
No, yeah. So that's all I gotta say about this film. I could give it a rating a bit, but I'll let you guys finish up unless you guys want
Let's
to.
talk about the ending. Did you like the ending?
I thought it was alright. I thought it was. I didn't think the build-up was worth the payoff. That's what I said.
I didn't like the ending because it's like it reminded me a lot of the ending to the last Exorcism Part 2.
Well, we watched a shit ton of horror, so like of course,
know.
everything we said reminds us of something at this
But
point.
it's like you know how many movies I've seen, like for example, what was that one? Oh, The Haunting of Molly Hartley. That was like
haven't seen that in years.
I know. It was like a movie that came out in
The
theaters
Haunting
like
of Motley Crue.
no,
No.
Molly.
What was that?
I think Molly
I
Hartley.
don't
It
wanna
was
get
something
ready
like
to a tangent.
that.
This is
But
not
it
familiar.
came out in like 2009 around there. No, 2007 around there. And like it's pretty much like this girl. She's like being followed by like a demon, and like at the end of the movie, like the demon pretty much takes over her entire family, and like she gets married to like her demon boyfriend. It's like they're just having a happy life, and it's like what you know. And it's like kind of like this. It's like the
I
aliens take over
liked
the bodies.
the reveal of her backstory. I did not care at all for the ending. I think there would have been like 10 places prior that could have ended it.
Where do you think the movie should have ended? I'm curious because I thought the movie fit its pace, considering it was an hour and a half. I just watched it straight through, and I was like, okay.
I feel
Fun
like the movie should have
concept.
ended.
Have my issues, which I'm openly explaining now. So at what point would you think the movie should have ended?
There was a few spots, like for example, when she gets that thing inside her throat.
Just
and
end it right there.
And then she like gets it out, and then it recreates her.
That
And
reminds
she
me of
runs
something
into the
else.
forest. You could have ended it there. You could have ended it when she
Goes into the spaceship.
You
Yep.
could have ended it when
She's having the
when
flashbacks.
when she stabs her clone.
I hated that. I hated that clone part so much.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm
Yeah, that
like,
was
you could have
weird.
ended it there.
I
There was a
get
lot
what
of places
I
you
get what
could
they were
have
going for in that part. They were like, oh, she's like basically killing herself, kind of replicating the death of her friend. Like she's killing her
which they
friend.
did that
Yeah.
Or you could be
already
like,
in the movie, so it was kind of like unnecessary.
yeah, it was.
Oh,
But I didn't understand why she was like. I was when I first watched, I was like, why is she crying about killing the thing that just stabbed her? Like this thing literally just stabbed her, and now she's crying about it, like
Yeah.
crying for the death of it.
mhm.
I guess it'd be weird to kind of kill a clone of yourself, but I don't know.
I don't
We've
know.
all done it.
It could
Yeah.
be kind of cool.
Kind of cool. I wonder who would win a fight.
Was there any other spots? Those are all the spots, right? That you thought it should have ended.
Yeah, there was like a few more. I don't know.
I-
I was watching and I was falling asleep and I was like, oh, is it almost over? And the screen would cut to black and I was like, that'd be like an okay spot to end it. And then it just kept going.
I'm not gonna lie. Now that you brought, because you reminded me of the scene where she pulls out the alien out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Actually,
The
and
CG on that one was awful.
I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah,
That one-
okay,
that
that
one I
one-
didn't
She
mind.
pulled it out.
That one I do agree. It was
I
kind of
thought I
awful.
thought that was someone else's hand for a moment.
Oh,
Or it's
her
supposed to be
hand,
someone
her
else's
hand. I thought you
yeah.
were talking about the alien itself. I was like, no, it looked cool. No, I actually think that was probably one of the coolest parts of the movie, where she's actually like, kind of the part where she just wrenches it out. I was like, that was cool. I liked it. Like some body horror.
We'll
it's
rewatch
alright.
that scene and then you'll understand.
I don't know. I watched it. Yeah.
All right. Should
So,
we go for ratings?
Ratings, and then I think that's it. I think we're done.
So I would give it a 6.5.
Pretty high for someone who loves the movie.
6.8.
6.8.
I was gonna say you just said you just
6.8.
praised the movie, so you liked it.
I mean, I liked it because it,
'Cause
it caught me off guard. I thought it was going to suck.
Last week I gave Boogeyman a 6. You were like, God damn! So and you liked this movie, so
It's unique for a movie that doesn't do anything unique.
8.6. Even though and you liked the movie, 8.6. And you liked the movie.
What, this?
Yes.
No, I said 6.8.
What did I say?
8.6.
I'm getting old.
And dyslexic.
Yes.
So 6.8 for a movie.
6.8. So it's decent. It surpassed my expectations. I knew it was going to be about aliens, but like I was like, the alien designs were whatever. I liked the chase scenes. I liked the suspense. And it was a creature feature, and I was like, okay, this is all right. This is cool, Bobby, go.
6. Solid 6. I think it's right. Like I'd rank it right there with Boogeyman.
Boogeyman is so much better than this.
Nah.
What?
No, I don't even like not an ounce.
It had better dialogue.
I think Boogeyman had a better story, and I appreciated the character,
Oh my
like
God.
the characters in it. This had one character that I didn't care for, and then didn't care for at the end of it either.
I was already annoyed at her from the beginning because I was watching the subtitles and it was literally she just walks in and she would go,
Yeah.
and then she would like do something else. She would, like, and I was like, are you just annoying? Like, is this your character?
I
I will give props to the actress who played her because
Yeah.
it's not easy to express so much going on without being able to verbalize it.
Yeah.
That being said, 4 out of 10. And then we'll go with a different
Forgot
rating.
about the acting, man. You're right. I think I might have to raise mine to a 7. I'm gonna go with the 7. I'm gonna change mine to a 7 because it's right. Because it's like she had to act her ass off through the entire movie. Like she's not very well known here and there, Like I think she had a couple other whatever roles.
She
How
was
do you say her name?
She's in a sitcom. And that was the only thing that I recognized her from, as far as the names of the shows and movies.
She's not in much, man.
She worked with Tim Allen.
I'm gonna quickly just explain my opinion when it comes to Boogeyman and this movie. Boogeyman, better characters, okay monster. This movie, awesome like creature feature portions, raises it up, crappy characters. So that's kind of how it balanced out for me. Again, I would rewatch both of these movies for fun at some point, just because I like horror so much. But
Well, he's doing that while he's looking that up.
She was in Booksmart.
Don't know what
Yeah.
It's the female version of Superbad.
okay, cool.
Yeah. I've seen the movie.
Acting was good
she
in
had a
both
leading role in
movies.
that.
She had a leading role?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't have nothing to add.
Watch alone, watch with a group, or don't watch at all.
Watch alone.
Watch alone or with a group. I think it's fine either or. Same thing as I said as Boogeyman.
I say watch alone. I figured like alone helps a lot more because you're watching it quietly and the whole movie's quietly, so it's like you're. I don't know. I feel like if you're watching it
Subcategory, with or without headphones?
with
with headphones.
Yeah.
I guess I would add to the experience.
Yeah, I think for like a movie like this,
Yeah.
I would say this one's a skip for me. I was dreading watching it because I knew it was mostly gonna be silent, and I was like, I haven't slept
had
well
no-
in a while, and don't get me wrong, this would have helped me sleep, but I also had to record after this. So.
I had no idea it was silent. I remember going through and I was like, did I miss some dialogue or something? Like,
Oh, my volume's all the way down.
No, and I was like, am I missing something? And obviously with the sound in the background, I'm like, no, they must have said something, but it's like, no.
Yeah, I don't say skip anything because a lot of people put work into this portion. If it was just like complete crap, then I'd be like, nah, skip it. But it's not. It has its moments. Yeah, that's for me at least. So cool.
I don't undermine the people who worked on the film. I think it's hard to make a movie. If you got an hour and a half, go for it. If you want to watch something else, watch something.
But he's never gonna rewatch it.
I'm not gonna rewatch this.
Fair.
I barely saw it the first time.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you guys had fun watching along with us, or at least watching the movie and talking about it with us. If we missed a part, yell at us in the comments down below. If you thought we should have mentioned something, go for it. Maybe we have just shit opinions. It's all good. You know, everyone.
Leo's opinion. I think this was a good movie.
We all have shit
Yeah,
opinions.
man, it's all good. Yeah.
Or Bobby's opinion.
Yeah.
This was a good movie.
Decent movie.
Oh
But yeah,
God, yeah,
hope you had
thanks,
fun. Like, subscribe if you guys want to check out our Instagram. It's there. X, or you want to call it Twitter still. I'm just gesturing at you guys because you guys are the guys.
He's gonna put it on the video.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
There
yeah.
it is.
Make it look like you're holding it. No, but it's heavy. It's heavy.
Hanja.
Over 1,000 followers.
He's not even gonna put it in. It's gonna be
No,
blank.
he's gonna forget about it.
All right, come on, guys.
The-
We're running out of
the-
space
the
on the
camera's
camera.
gonna be
Yeah. All right. Later.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for
Bye.
watching. Bye.